Hi, welcome to Hikate's Crossing. Welcome if it's your first time here, or welcome back if you've been before. Okay, today's Intuitive Friday, so we're looking at what do we need to reflect on personally over the weekend, what's going to happen for us over the weekend. What I want you to do is take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. Just feel yourself relaxing. Again, ask yourself your question. What do you need to know for the weekend? Now you can decide whether you want Marielle Tarot. Do you want the Tarot de Marseille? Okay. Do you want the Sibilla Cards for a quick message? Lenormand. Okay. Titiana's fortune cards, Lenormand, same sort of thing. Or do you want to do playing cards? Okay, take a moment, take a breath and decide whether you want to have the Marielle, Tarot de Marseille, Sybilla, Lenormand, or playing cards. You decide what message do you want to hear today about your weekend. What do you need to know about the weekend? So let's have a look. What cards for Marielle? Okay. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. 6 cards for each, I think, by the looks of it. Okay, so let's start from the beginning. First we're going to look at the Moon card. And the Moon here for me is about the third eye, unconscious decisions, about feeling a sense, just got a sense of lunatic. So maybe you're feeling a little crazy at the moment, there's a lot going on, you're feeling overwhelmed, you need to acknowledge the stage that you're at, what cycle are you in at the moment. Also you might need to look at what scares you, what are you afraid of. What do you need to face in regards to your enemies? Is that enemy yourself or the enemy of, in regards to others? Someone that's sort of rubbing you up the wrong way, or someone who's not, not quite connected to you. Someone you just seem to just have this sense of don't trust, unsure, just that sense of not feeling balanced, feeling there's a bit of a wild side to the whole energy, the vibration. Maybe you're feeling like there's no, you can't connect with your dreams on some level. Maybe you are having dreams and you're not quite sure what it's about. What are your dreams? What are the messages that are coming through from your dreams? There's a lot going on with this card. I get a sense of just being overwhelmed, wanting to scream and yell, a sense of the truth is in chaos. So something's not quite right in the whole situation. So there's quite a lot going on in the Moon card. Then you've got Judgment. And so Judgment is a sense of resurrection. You've got this sense of something sort of dying away, burning away, and then it's rebirthing, recreating, resurrection of true self, or maybe a resurrection of your spiritual path. Maybe there's a sense of returning, of rebirthing within the situation. So that's something to sort of think about. Then you've got the Tower. And so you've got this world that's just crumbling around, and it's very dark, and there's this light that seems to be sort of coming through, this creative energy, this force that's saying to you, even though you might feel that everything's being destroyed, everything's sort of crumbling around you, there is this opportunity for you to actually stand on solid ground and be very clear about the direction or what you actually want to rebuild in your life. What do you want to actually come back? There's this explosion. Maybe you're feeling like your life's exploding, that everything around you is just crumbling and just being destroyed. You're not quite sure where you're at. Then you've got the World card. So here you've got this chance to actually come through this vulnerability as you expose yourself to new possibilities. You're letting go of the old. Maybe you're walking over new thresholds. You're feeling complete in some way, feeling whole. You've got this sense of reaching towards the stars. You've got this coming from your identity about who you are. So this feeling of completeness is really important. You've got this spiritual awareness you've achieved in your journey as well. So I feel like you've got the sense of wholeness within as you walk over the thresholds. Now you've got six of wands. Six of wands is usually about victory after strife, after challenges. But when I look at this card, I'm getting the sense of sacred passion coming through. The sense of sacredness as you stand there. And this to me is very womb-like in a way. So I feel like you're sort of coming out of the darkness into the light. You've been birthed, created some harmony in your journey as you've sort of come through. So I definitely feel like there's a rebirthing. Again, I get this sense of rebirthing, the sense of being birthed into harmony. You know, you've got your creative endeavours, you've got your passion. It's definitely quite spiritual. So this could be a weekend very much of letting go of the old, allowing yourself to face your enemies or face what you were afraid of, and allowing yourself to rebirth and rebuild all that stuff that's crumbled around you, allowing yourself to walk over the thresholds and really have this success of rebirth, a sense of a lot about rebirthing, a lot about coming through, merging into something new. And you've got the Nine of Cups here, so you know that sort of everything's sort of happening in divine timing, not a lot of action needing to be taken. You can just sit, meditate, reflect, contemplate, know that you can review what's been happening and what lies ahead for you at this time. So you can look at that. It's a very major weekend. I think there's a lot of stuff going on around you. I feel a lot of chaos and stuff happening. And then finally, once that rebirthing has finally taken place, and you've got that sense of success or victory after all those difficult emotions and stuff that have been brought up, you can actually start to relax and sit and find some balance between the yin and yang of the energies, the masculine and feminine, whether it's being receptive in action, so you can now take some balance in the action that's taken place and being receptive about that. So I think that's very, very important for you as well, giving you that connection between those energies. So there you have the Mary L coming through for the weekend. So let's look at, now we're going to look at the Tarot de Marseille, and that was all about choices to be made. You've got the Lovers there, and this card here is about some major choices. So there might be some choices about some things that give you passion. You might have two things that are really important for you, but there might be a weekend of saying, do I do this or do I do that? So you've got to make some choices in regards to the two things that you actually want to do. So that could be quite interesting. Oh, there we go, something else just flipped over. Okay, so I've got the few cards here. Another couple of cards. So here we have the Six of Chalices, Six of Cups. So that to me is a sense of nostalgic memories, childhood memories, maybe a sense of bringing things into harmony. So maybe the choices has something to do with the past. Maybe the past, something is coming up in regards to the past, and it might be a sense of so again I get this birthing, quite a lot about being birthed, being brought out again, bringing stability and foundations to your journey. So I feel like again you've got these choices, and it's going to give you that sense, the choices are in regards to something of the past, but that past may give you new foundations for what lies ahead and where you want to be. And it could be very emotional for you as well. Could be related to an addiction or a bad habit, something that's keeping you chained to the moment, chained to a situation, could be chained to a person, something that's doing that. And then you've got the Queen of Swords, and she says to you, it's about your truth, you know, it's about being able to speak your truth. As maybe you need to be a little bit more sharp-tongued. I feel like you need to be quite firm in what you say, you know, and knowing that your truth will hold you steadfast in where you want to be. I think that's very important for you. So here we get the sense of choices needing to be made, and the choices could be about something that gives you passion, something that gives you a chance of some harmony, and maybe looking at some nostalgic past, some memory. It could be to do with childhood, it could be to do with a past or a past life, or something that's sort of coming forth, and it's going to give you new foundations or stability, enabling you to, again, you'll get that sense of birthing as things come forward. Maybe you're going to be able to break free from those things that keep you chained to the situation, because the Queen of Swords coming in and asking you to really be firm and I get a sense of being sharp-tongued in what you actually want. I feel like the soft approach is not working for you, so it's time for you to start being, right, this is it, this is what I want, this is what I'm about, this is where I'm headed, and this is, you know, and this is very important to me at this time. And the card flies for miles. And the last card is the Hierophant here, so I feel it's very much about your also looking at your traditional beliefs, but I think it's very much about what beliefs are really important to you at this time. What are your thoughts in your own spirituality, your own beliefs, your own faith? You know, what keeps you moving in the direction that you actually want to go? And is there a sense of like spiritual enlightenment, spiritual awareness, a sense of really focusing on what are you learning? What lessons have you learned from what's been going on? So, yeah, that's the Tarot de Marseille for you, looking at the choices, knowing that there could be something to do with past childhood or past memory. There's a lot about nostalgia and stuff going on. There is a sense of stability and foundations being built. It's also a sense of things being birthed, you know, the sense of opening up so that can actually move ahead, moving up. So I think that's really important. A sense of maybe breaking away from what's keeping you chained to the situation. I feel there's a break in the situation coming through, so I feel like there's a break in that. And because of this card here, the Queen of Swords, and I feel it's about you being really sharp, being really firm about what you actually want. I think this is a chance for you to actually use your voice. Very important to nurture and communicate exactly what you want. Nurture your communication clearly, which is very important for you. Knowing that you actually have faith and belief in what you're actually doing. What actions are you actually taking? What lessons have you learned from the situation overall? So let's have a look at the Sibilla cards. So the Sibilla cards we know are going to be very sharp, so this is going to be quite quick in the message that comes through. Whoops, here we go, very quickly. So here we have this Doctor. So the Doctor is about someone who may be talking about being unwell. This could be very health orientated card. So this could be very much about your health and well-being. So this weekend could be about you nurturing your health. Very, very important for you. And so we've got this Sweetheart. So here we've got the sense of someone who is very close to you, maybe in relation to the health. Oops. And we've got this sense of, oh, I hate this one, I can't see. And what have I done with the so you got the it's like everything coming together. So here you've got the sense of everything sort of coming together in the situation. So here you've got this doctor, you've got this person who could be something to do with medical, to do with health, could even be a naturopath of some sort, anyone who sort of deals with health and everything. Could be a relation, it could be someone that's very close, you're very close to, as a sweetheart. So it could be a doctor that you're very close to in regards to your health and everything like that. And it feels like everything's sort of coming together this weekend. And then you've got this sense of surprise. So everything could be unexpected, you know, you're not expecting all that to happen. So that could be, so this surprise of everything sort of coming together. And here you've got this frivolity, it's happy and everything, so everything's sort of really good, it's really positive, and there's a reunion. So I feel like you've got someone who is in the medical profession, someone who deals with health, who could be quite a romantic partner, could be a bit of a sweetheart, and everything's sort of coming together in the relationship, and it's causing surprises. You're having lots of fun and partying, and it's great, and that's where I get the sense of reunion. So I feel like this could be a celebration this weekend. So maybe you're celebrating in someone who's really close to you, who's actually come together as a health professional in some way. Maybe someone who's achieved results through maybe exams or tests, and it was a surprise to them that they actually achieved what they needed to achieve. Maybe they've worked really, really hard and they still didn't think they were going to pass their exams, but they have, and now they're medical professional in some way. It could be naturopath, could be maybe some sort of course in regards to a energy healing, or anything that's going to enable one to deal with health on some level. Could be even psychology or anything like that. So that's interesting. So I feel like there's going to be a celebration in regards to someone who has passed their exams, become a doctor in some way. So I feel like everything's sort of come together and it's been a surprise. And I just feel like it's going to be a celebration in that regard. And it's going to feel like a bit of a reunion, because there's going to be people there that you may not have seen for a while, and it's sort of all partying going on. So it feels like it's sort of a celebrating weekend for someone coming up. So I don't know what the doctor is about, but there's definitely something that's going to cause celebration. So it's whether someone was, another thing too that just came through is, if you pick this pile, is maybe you've been unwell and you've been seeing a doctor and everything's sort of come together, and it's reason to celebrate because you're now feeling much better than you were. You're feeling better now, and that you can actually go and have a party and go and be with people that you want to be with, because you haven't been able to be with them because you've been so sick. So that's interesting as well. So there you are, that's the Sibilla card. So it could be a weekend of partying. Great, awesome. So that should be really cool. So now we've got the Lenormand cards, or Titiana's fortune cards, and let's see what message we get from here. Again, with the concepts and that, it's going to be a fairly quick message. Whoa! So the card is talking about confusion. I feel like there's been a lot of confusion and stuff going on. This is the cloud card. So I feel like there's been a lot of not quite sure where you're at the moment. So I feel like everything's been crazy. Okay, now I've got the snake, and I get a sense of trouble. So there's been some trouble, there's been some stuff that's been quite chaotic. You've had to sort of shed the old skin, sort of move on, maybe gain some wisdom from the deceit that's been happening. So that may have been what was causing the confusion. And then you've got the child card, and that can talk about something little, not necessarily children as such. And then you've got the fox. So maybe you had to be slightly clever. Because of the trouble or the confusion going on, the trouble and the confusion coming through, you've had to be slightly, or just quietly, or a small amount of being clever. You had to be a little bit foxy in the whole situation, be a little bit cunning in the situation, which has been quite important. So let's, whoa, okay, so let's start again when they fall out. And it's to do with love on some sort. So let's see what's the so there may have been some trouble within a love relationship, or in a relationship of some sort with someone who you're close to, and you've had to be, there's some confusion and trouble, so you've really had to, yes, definitely someone you were close to. You got the love and the dog, the heart and the dog. So it's somewhat, so I sort of asked, you know, who was it? So it definitely felt like you had some trouble, there was some confusion with the whole situation, so you had to be slightly clever in the whole situation, and it is in regards to someone you were close to. So I feel like you've had to be really, really clever in the way that you deal with this confusion that caused by somebody who was trouble. So I just wanted to see if there was anything else that was of value that the cards could communicate with us about in regards to this situation. And you've got, it's about secrets, so I feel like there's secrets and new chapters being written. So, okay, this one here is coming out. So there is a loss. So, so there's an uncovering of secrets. So it is regards to secrets and things being going on. They've been uncovered in some way, and you've had to be quite clever in the way you've dealt with these people. You have to think very carefully about how you're going to deal with them, and I feel it's definitely about with uncovering the secrets. I just feel like there's just quite a lot of stuff going on. There's definitely some movement going on, and you've got a lady, so I feel like there's a shift in the way that you're receptive to the situation. There's a shift in the way that you're receptive to what's actually going on. That's what I get, whether you're, because you could be a guy with a situation, so I'm getting a sense of being receptive to shift the way that this situation is shifting or changing in it. It's a feel like don't fight about it, just be quite clever in the way that you deal with it, and it could be about you being receptive in the way that you need to move ahead in the situation. So that's the Lenormand type cards, Lenormand cards. So you know there's trouble going on and it's causing some confusion. You've had to be quite clever, you know, just slightly clever, just a small amount of being clever, you know, in the way that you sort of perceive the idea. Could be a way of, and it is about someone that you're close to, someone that you're very, very close to, friendly, you know, and that you really care about, but they've been quite causing a bit of trouble and they've caused you some confusion, so you had to be very clever about it. It's all about secrets. I think you've uncovered some secrets or something that's going on, so you've had to be very receptive about the way that you move ahead in this journey. So there you are. So last one we've got is the playing cards. So now this is going to be slightly different. You know, there's so many methods of reading with playing cards. So I have my own stuff that seems to sort of come through when I pick up a playing card set. So let's see what comes through for me in regards to this situation. So let us find out what's going to happen for us over the weekend in regards to this pile of cards. And oh my god, that time disappears fast, so I was trying to make them a really quick, short video. So here we go. Ready. Okay, we've got 8 of Hearts, so I feel like it's a sense of completion in regards to a love situation. So I feel like everything feels complete. You've got 9 of Spades. 9 of Spades to me is a sense of moving through new perceptions in the situation. The way you might communicate might have changed slightly. And you've got the King of Hearts. King of Hearts to me is a mature sort of energy that's quite active, and it's all in regards to maybe a sense of romance and stuff going on. So this is a very sort of relationship type reading. And here we've got the Joker, and the Joker is sort of like a sense of there's a sense of we don't need to know all the answers just yet. It could be a sense of there's maybe a little bit of having some fun as well. Reminds us to have a bit of fun. And Two of Hearts is about how do we manage this relationship that's going on for us, as a sense of, as we feel that everything's sort of complete. It's sort of like there's a completion. So where there's a shift in the way that we're communicating recently, it might be in regards to a mature energy that's very dreamy, very romantic in some way. I'm certainly getting a very dreamy sort of energy. It could be a chance for you to have a bit of fun and everything like this. So how do you actually manage that relationship? What choices do you need to make? How do you find this yin and yang balance within the relationship? Very important. And you've got the Queen of Hearts here. And the Queen of Hearts to me is this, again, you've got the sense of nurturing the emotions. Might find this energy is very receptive to everything around them. Could be a sense of being empathic. I'm getting a lot of empathic energy going on. So this is really interesting. And then we've got the Five of Spades, and this is like creating a little bit of magic in the way you communicate is really important, or how do you express yourself. So I'm just going to show you these cards really quickly, so as we go through again. So here you've got the Eight of Hearts. So again, you've got that sense of things happening in a sense of completion, complete within the relationship. There is Nine of Spades. It's about the shift in the way that you communicate. There's a sense of moving to new levels of awareness within the way that you communicate. King of Hearts is about this sense of this guy, or this mature energy who's quite practical, could be a bit romantic, a sense of romance. Okay, he's not emotional, but he has this sense of romance going on. You've got the Joker who's reminding us to have a bit of fun in the situation, looking at our energy, what we're actually doing with this, with what's going on for us. We've got this, have a bit of fun. You've got the Two of Hearts. How do we actually manage this relationship? How do we have this yin and yang balance in the relationship? That's very important. You've got the sense that they've got the Queen of Hearts, which is about nurturing this relationship. So this could be something new that's happening over the weekend. That sort of seems to be. And the relationship doesn't always have to be a romantic relationship, but I'm getting that very much with this King of Hearts. For some reason I'm getting this dreamy guy who's very romantic. I'm getting this very strong romance energy for the weekend, which is quite strong. And you've got this Five of Spades, which is about creating a little bit of magic in the way you communicate. Maybe you need to make some magic plans, some plans to create a little bit of magic in your life. So some ideas that's going to allow you to have a little bit of magic. So there we are. That's the pick a pile, basically, with the cards for the weekend reading with Intuitive Friday. So I hope that's given you some ideas, some thoughts, some focus about what you want to do. And what I want to do is do a chakra card for each of those piles. So for pile 1, which was the Mary L, we're going to have the third eye. So we're very much about this sense of communicating with what's going on. I'm also getting a bit of the crown as well. So I'm getting a lot about what messages are actually coming through for us as we connect spiritually. So I feel like pile 1 was very spiritual in their approach. Pile 2, I've got about communicating. I get a sense of communicating with what's going on in your journey, being able to express who you are and find balance. Pile number 3, again we have communication. Seems very, very important with what's going on in the relationship. So dealing with the throat chakra seems to be quite big for those. And here we've got the solar plexus, being able to stand in your power for the Lenormand reading. seems to be very important. You know, how do you digest your experiences? Are you able to stand in your power as you move ahead? And the last one for the playing cards is this one here, and this is about your identity, your sexuality, your and who you are as a person. I think it's going to be very, very important for the playing card reading. So that is the sacral chakra. So again, we've got the third eye crown, and the crown chakra basically for the I think it's a lot about the crown chakra here by the looks of it. Third eye, getting very much third eye and crown, so I think a lot about spiritual awareness is really important for the Muriel reading. You've got definitely about the throat, and definitely about communication is very important in how you move ahead in the Tarot de Marseille. Sybilla, again, I get the throat chakra, very much about self-expression, being able to communicate clearly is very, very important, to listen to ideas and what's actually going on. With the Lenormand reading, you've got the solar plexus, so it's about how you digest your experiences. It's very much about standing in your power, which is really important. That's very, very important in the reading. And then you've got the sacral, which is about your sexuality, your identity. You know, how do you identify yourself? It is about a very sexual energy that's going on, very creative energy that's happening, being very passionate about this in some way, and I feel that's quite deep in regards to the card reading. So there you are. So that's the pick a pile. Take care and blessed be from me, Paula, at Hecate's Crossing. So why are you not stopping? Come on, stop.